What's up, beautiful people? Welcome to my channel. Then came Roatan, and as you can see with my beautiful backdrop, your girl is back on the island, y'all. I'm back on Roatan, and I'm so happy and excited to share with y'all about where I've been for the past couple of months and what we're going to be doing. But before I do that, I want to take this time to express my gratitude for all of my subscribers. Right now I'm at about 350 and the goal is to get to 500 by next month. So please continue to like, share, comment, subscribe. You know, I first started my channel in 2013 and I stopped recording because in retrospect I realized I didn't really have a story to share at that time. I was learning and growing, and I continue to learn and grow, but now I feel like I have more valuable content to share with the world. So I just, I'm looking forward to sharing with y'all all of the upcoming videos that I have. And I just pray that whenever you find my channel, it brings you confirmation and inspiration at the right time in your life. Okay? So where have I been? Let's talk about it. So for the past 4 months, I've been in the Garifuna village of Santa Fe, also known as Giriga in Garifuna. And I went there in September, about a month before I gave birth to Amira, my third baby. And when I left, I just needed a change of scenery. You know, I feel like a lot of people could resonate with me. Like, no matter where you are in the world, this pandemic, it just made you want to, by the time September, October came, like 6-7 months into the pandemic, I think everybody was ready to just leave wherever they was at, and I was really feeling it. But the reason why I went to Santa Fe is because that is like my reflection spot. Santa Fe, like, it brings me peace. It feeds my soul. It's the place I go to when I want to disconnect. It's the place that I go to when I need to slow it down, and I'm so grateful. So I'm so grateful to have a little corner in this world to be able to do that, because sometimes you don't realize how stressed you are until you leave wherever you're at and you just get like this reset. So during the 4 months that I was in Santa Fe, I meditated, I prayed, I went and I took my walks on the beach, I swam, I got in touch with nature, and not to mention my postpartum recovery. I did it the Garifuna way. It was so peaceful, it was exactly what I needed to build myself back up from the inside so I could come back to Roatan and continue doing what it is that I'm doing. And yeah, you got this and this going on. I got my business here, my business there, my kids. But if your mind is not right, if you're not right, ain't nothing gonna be right. So if you got to make a decision to go somewhere that's going to rejuvenate your soul, your spirit, then just do it. Because if you're not right on the inside, nothing and no one around you is going to be right. And I feel like that's what I did in Santa Fe. I got my mojo back, And I in my videos, if you're just tuning in, I refer a lot to Garifuna people because I am Garifuna. If you want to know who we are, all about our culture, I'll leave a link in the description box below. But to my Garifuna people, I know for a fact that many of us are not ready to come and make this move, and I'm not telling you to get up, leave, and come and invest. It would be nice. If your parents got a place here or you got family and you're feeling kind of like you need to unwind or whatever, come back home. Come back home, even if it's just for 2 or 3 days, because just being on our beautiful beaches, look at this. I'm not in Barbados. I'm not in Bermuda. I'm not in some fancy island that people always promoting. I'm right here in Roatan, Honduras, man. Take a break, come back home and get your mind right. So one of the main reasons why I came back to Roatan is to reopen the cultural center, y'all. The cultural. So we've been closed. The cultural center has been closed since the start of the pandemic, since March, and it's been closed. So we got a lot of cleaning up to do, a lot of renovations to do. But I am so ready. Like, The cultural center means so much to me, not just because of the time and the energy that my family and I put into it, but because of the interactions that I've had with my Garifuna people. For those of you who don't know, my family owns a cultural center in Roatan, and over here we share our Garifuna culture with visitors by doing different activities like drumming lessons, cooking lessons. We also host traditional events over here, for traditional Garifuna events. But this cultural center means so much to me because after communicating, after interacting with so many visitors who want to learn more about our culture, I was most impressed or surprised at how many Garifuna people wanted to learn more about who they are and concerned about our culture just dying out. And so this cultural center for me it's a preservation site for y'all, for my Garifuna people, no matter where you're from, whether you're from Guatemala, Belize, Nicaragua, St. Vincent. Like, if you don't know anything about your culture, but the fact that you are Garifuna and you want to learn more about who you are, then I invite you to come and visit us. I mean, the Garifuna culture is so beautiful. We're a Black indigenous group of people whose culture is still very much alive. Do you know how many Afro-Indigenous groups of people died out because of colonialism, because of slavery? But we still here live and direct. That's a big deal. You know, so this cultural center is not just serving a purpose for the people who live here in PG. It's not just for the Garifuna people here in Punta Gorda. It's for any Garifuna person who wants to come and get in touch with their roots, and for anybody who's interested in learning more about our culture as well. First of all, let me tell you what we're doing with some of the changes that we're doing. Rebranding. So the original name was the Flamingo Cultural Center. It was called the Flamingo Cultural Center because we were just continuing the name Flamingo, because before we were a bar and restaurant, Flamingo Bar and Restaurant, the family business, and we converted into a cultural center, but we never changed the name Flamingo. And so now we're going to be called the Garifuna Cultural Center because it just makes sense. That's what we are. We're changing all of our social media, so I'm gonna leave it in the description box below. Also here on the screen, the website is being updated. So to get more information, if you wanna visit us, you wanna book a tour, if you're a humanitarian who wants to support our community, then you can also contact us. We could be your liaison, your connect, okay? Our website is www.garifunacc.com. Email address info@garifunacc.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Garifuna Cultural Center, okay? We'll be opening soon around April. So in addition to me opening the cultural center and getting everything back up and running, I'm continuing to work on my digital marketing business, TCR Digital Marketing Company. And so that's about it with my update for y'all. It's gonna be a crazy next couple of weeks, but God don't give you nothing that you can't handle. And those 4 months that I spent in Santa Fe, rejuvenating my body, my mind, and my soul, is exactly what I needed to come back and just hit the ground running. So I'm excited to be busy, even more busy again, because who's not busy with 3 kids, right? But anyway, I'm excited. And yeah, thank you guys again for watching, for liking, for subscribing, and keeping up with my journey. There's so much more to come. Thank you for watching.